Ugh, what pain. Anyway, let's get started. Hi guys. Another Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday. Another stream. And this time, yay, we got a comment and a request by user Holden Pence. I hope I pronounced that properly. The user asked if I could do a video on Aaron Blaise's custom sketch brushes. I didn't know which ones he meant because he's got a whole bunch of sets, amazing sets by the way, and he kindly directed me to this one particularly, custom Photoshop brushes set number 1. So yeah, let's get going. If you guys want to know where it is, oh by the way, just so you know, in case you're interested in drawing wolves or dogs or foxes, yes, Aaron Blaise just released a new course, and it's all about how to draw wolves, coyotes, and foxes. I mean, how amazing is that? And he, as he always does, he does a nice little pre-order sale. Oh my gosh, look at that. He's just too kind. He is too kind. So there it is. I'm just, he's such a great teacher. I loved his courses. I'm actually a member, a yearly member. So I get pretty excited when he releases new ones because I just, I get to download them. Absolutely amazing teacher. Absolutely wonderful content. And obviously he's one of my favorite artists. I absolutely look up to him in the way he paints, draws, animates. I don't know how you say that when you do a lot of things and you do them really well. Because in Spanish it's polifacético. Can't really think of the word in English right now. So, aside from that, this is the custom brush set that we're going to be working on. Custom brush set 1. And if I click on it, I'll probably get a little description on the kind of brushes it has. So this, oh my gosh, 24. Here we go. So this brush represents a collection of 24 unique brushes that Aaron created and uses in his own work. The lion image that you see was created using these brushes exclusively. Well, that's pretty cool. That's the image, guys. Can you see it? That's a really cool one. Look how fluffy he feels. Look at that. 24. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. So I should really leave reviews. I didn't know you could leave reviews. I really need to leave some. I've never left any. I didn't know you could. Dang it. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. I did have a bit of trouble because I just so we could have get started right away. I did have a bit of trouble on my ABR mate. Remember guys, if you haven't seen my other videos, this is like the 5th video I upload on how to take Photoshop brushes, because the only reason I'm doing this video is because these brushes, be aware that if you buy them, they're for Photoshop. I mean, it's right there in the title, Photoshop. You won't be able to use them in Clip Studio Paint if that's what you use, because that's the program I use. I used to use Photoshop, and when I passed over to Clip Studio Paint, I was devastated because I couldn't use the brushes anymore. So instead of crying and whining about it, I've tried translating them. I mean, I only have like 2 or 3 or 4 translated into Clip Studio Paint. There, it's a bit of a pain in the butt of doing it, but hey, if you want to use them, that's what you got to do. So I'll just give you a really quick outline on the process. So when you have that, usually when you download that, this is from my other hairbrushes. Let's see. I have there you go, Aaron Blaise, right? And then I have his brushes. And usually what you get is this file right here, that ABR. And what you would do is you open that ABR with this ABR Mate. And what ABR Mate does is it lets you open this brush, and then it generates as best as the program can. Sometimes it doesn't do a good job. So just, get what you can get. And what it does is it takes the brushes and it lets you export them as the PNGs that you need so you can create the brushes in Clip Studio Paint. I did have a bit of trouble with the custom set number 1. When I tried to open it, I think it only let me get like 6 images, so that's the only ones I'm going to do. I already went ahead and exported them, so let me show you. Um, here, brushes C. Brushes. Aaron's custom brushes. That's not it. Sorry, guys. I really should have named this better. Oh, there you go. Custom set 1. So these are the brushes that the images that I was able to export. Obviously, they're not all the images. I mean, how many are there here? 12. Hey, maybe it'll work. Maybe one, because they're supposed to be 24. So maybe there's 24 on the first set and 12 on the first set, 12 on the second. I do not know. And I think these two, I mean, I don't know how good these are. I don't know if these are textures. I don't know. So we'll just have to go with it. Yeah, let's just get started. Ew, sorry. This was from, I was doing a little, because I'm taking a little side note. I attend Schoolism, freaking amazing online courses as well. And this is actually a homework for Nathan Fox. Oh yeah, I said that. He has an awesome course there about environment. I think it's called environment design. I can't, don't quote me on the name of the course because I'm not really sure. So part of the study is to do studies of other images that you find really appealing. And I find this image absolutely appealing. I think it's from Frozen. I think that's Frozen. I mean, Frozen. No, that's people are gonna kill me. I don't know if it's Anna or Elsa. Anyway, I think that's from that movie. I saw it a long time ago. I can't quite remember. So anyway, this is just a study. So I'm just supposed to do a thumbnail, look at it, and try to, copy it as best as I can without just over rendering and stuff. And I realized I did a terrible job because you're supposed to keep this like way underneath an hour, and I spent an hour. Didn't get through it. I mean, I wasn't even able to do the little, the trees. I wasted too much damn time getting that awesome, warm, glistening from the snow. I wasted too much time on that, so. I do want to save this one. Okay, so open. Was it? That's it. Brushes to see. Images, custom set 1. So I'll just go with the first one. This dots. I don't know what that is. So with this dots, first thing I gotta do, convert gray. Once I've done, if you don't do that, not gonna work. Well, it will work, but then you won't be able to paint with a brush with colors. So now once I've done that, I'm actually using my mouse. What an idiot. Let me just switch to my sweet stylus. Register material, image. What am I supposed to call that? Dots. Aaron's dots. This is the worst part for me. Just naming the brushes, it just kills me. What I do? Dots. Is it texture? It's not nature. It's not paint. I guess paint. Pencils. Material. Brush tips. I don't know what to call it, so I'm just gonna call it dots. Aaron Blaise. Or Aaron. I'll know it's Aaron. Be sure to mark this. Use for brush tip shape. Forget about this. Is it material? Yeah. What kind of material? Brush tip. Custom? Maybe I'll change that. So once that's done, goodbye. You're done with that. And now, yeah, at least you should make this a canvas. That's fine, but this should be at least 350. Because obviously, and Aaron works with very high resolution canvases for his artwork. So the brushes he creates are obviously meant to be used like that. So if you just start off with a canvas that's really low in resolution, it's not going to be quite good for you to be able to replicate the way the brush is supposed to work. Okay. Oh, I did not set my timer. Not set. See, these are all the ones from Aaron. Multiple circle. What is this? Oh yeah, that's the hair. Oh, this is lovely. I love this one. Look at that. Anyway, this is hair. And now I want to open right here. Just to know what I named things. Dots, Aaron. Jagged. This, I don't know where I got. I think I get this from Noah. What's this one doing here? Rush tip, I guess. Anyway. Dots Aaron. And I gotta give him, it would be good to give him some tags. So just double tap on it. Aaron Blaise. Okay. What did I give this one? Just Aaron Blaise. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm selecting that one, and the best thing, it's just, I don't even know what it does. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do before anything, we can close this. Totally close it. This is Photoshop, as you will all know. So it's got two tiny dots, a dot here, and then 3. 2 dots, 2 dots, 1 tiny here, and then 3. Although I think it's the same image used in every brush, so that might be good. It's just that he probably just gave it different. Let's start with the first one so I don't get confused. 69. Whoa, what is this? Oh, I hate this. Is gonna be horrible because it's got texture, and I'm sure the AV Art mate was not able to. Oh, such a good brush, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to translate it into Clip Studio Paint. See, this is the only part it kills me from using Clip Studio Paint, and that's that I lost all this. Not only Aaron's brushes, which are just a wonderful and amazing, but just Kyle's brushes too. If you don't know who that is, you really need to find out. Although if you have Photoshop now, I mean in the subscription model, you'll have those brushes, so lucky you. Look at this. Anyway. So we gotta translate that, and the easiest way to translate that is just opening the brush engine and figuring it out. Oh, he uses the dual brush on this one. Kill me now. I have no idea how to do this in the Clip Studio Paint. Just zero freaking idea. Because the dual brush is a really cool thing that Photoshop engine has that I haven't quite figured out how to do in Clip Studio Paint, because I don't think they have that like exactly dual brush setting. So what it does is it renders your original brush, and then you can choose a second brush to kind of clear out on it. So it's like you do a first pass with your brush, and then the second brush you chose, it's like you do a second pass on it, but it kind of like erases on the outside or wherever it touches. I don't know, something like that. So I imagine that's like the texture. So I'm pretty sure that if I take off the dual brush, the texture will be gone. See? Yeah. And now the key part here is, what is that? Where is that dual brush coming from? Who is this guy? Number 99. Where'd you come from? Dry brush tip, light flow. Where the hell did you come from? Who are you? Who allowed you into this home? How am I supposed to Dry brush to light flow. What the heck does that even mean? So what it's doing, you see little tiny dots? It's erasing away. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is gonna be a really bad stream. So to get started, what I usually do is I guess this is texture. Oh, oops. Frosted glass. Maybe I can use the frosted glass as a, yeah, maybe. Or this one. That's grime. I can use that one too. Well, I created this one. Cool, huh? Actually, I have it for free in my DeviantArt page, Chamber. So if you guys want this brush, no wait, is it in Deviant? Yeah, it's in DeviantArt, but you can also find it in my Gumroad. Just look Chamber again. It's absolutely for free unless you guys want to give me a little something, which I won't say no to. But it's out there if you guys want it. So the best way for me to start, and I gotta stop saying so, is to copy one of my existing brushes and just change the image. So I'm just gonna go to texture and I guess doesn't really matter which one I choose because none of them are like the one that's in Photoshop. So I'm just gonna duplicate the subtool. What do I call it? Dot textured. Dotted texture. I don't know. And then I gotta say it's Aaron, because that's easy for me to figure out. Let me see what I call them in the hair. Aaron, right? Yeah, Aaron. So, see? Now I have the brush here. Now what you gotta do now, yeah, this is useless now. I gotta open this one. If you guys don't have any of these windows, just remember, if you never see, or if you ever see a window, I've never mentioned this because I just assumed, yeah, sorry about that for the other people who watched my video and didn't know. If you ever see me use a window that you do not have in your display, just go over here to window and start to touch windows, and then that's the best way really to learn how to use a program. Just touch everything, you'll figure it out. So I think this one might be like subtool or tool property. See how it's called tool property? Right there. So if you don't have that window, make sure this is checked. Why do I need that window? Because that's the way that I know how to access the brush engine. There might be another way, not really sure, but that's the way I do it. So I'll close this to get some space. Oh, sorry, a little yawn there. So here, ink, is that, do I want this? No, this is obviously, this is for you. See how it changes here? I don't want this manipulated when I'm using the brush, so it's useless, gone. Opacity, does he use pen pressure? I believe he uses pen pressure, does he not? Opacity, jitter, pen pressure, yeah. So opacity will be turned on. No minimum value. A bit hard to press, make sure it's visible. Cool. Anti-aliasing, just normal, I guess. Or middle, weak, strong, none, weak. Nah, middle's good. Brush shape, teach the fun, no, not that far. It's brush shape, the fun part. They'll open up, look for Aaron Blaise. But where did that come from? Is that the one that's used here? We'll see. La 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 la. This is gonna be patootie right there. Dots. So right now this is what we have. Horrible, right? Terrible. Thickness. No, I don't want random thickness. Leave my thickness alone. Visible. 100% thickness. No, 100% is good. No random density. No pen pressure. Yeah. Okay, spraying effect. No, stroke. No, I don't want ribbon effect. Yeah. So now this is more like it, right? So right now, this is what it looks like. So if I go here and I take away the, no, the dual brush. Same thing, right? Wait, is this starting and ending? Do? Starting and ending. Yeah. What this does is that it automatically see kind of how it makes the starting and the ending like thin. I don't want that. So you might want it, but I don't. So none. Well, that was a bogus lie. This is still happening. Look at the way the brush is shaped. How is mine shaped? It is a little tweaking on the direction. So brush tip, direction. Oh, I think you can see it right there. It's right there. Too much. Something like that, yeah? Yeah. Don't really know why it's doing that little stand tail, I think. No, it's not. I don't really know. Oh, it must be the size because it's on prime pressure. Right. So remove prime pressure. And there we have it. But do I have the print? So there is, look at this. So no matter how hard I press, the size stays the same. So that's something I really didn't see before. And that's why it was making that little weird, like right here, if you look at it, it ends in thinner instead of like now. So now it's exactly the same. Now they're equals. They're right there on top of each other. Well, this one, I like the way this one's smooth and this one's pretty not freaking smooth, because you can see like little like tethering bumps, and I do not know why. So that's gone. My ink is the only thing that should be pen pressured. That's fine. The brush shape, brush tip, thickness, brush density is 100. No spraying effect, stroke. Normal, wide, narrow. Maybe it's the gap. The gap is how much space between, because essentially what you're doing here is you're rendering the same brush tip shape over and over as you move your cursor. So the gap means how far do you want the images that are getting re-rendered over and over to be between each render. I hope that, yeah, that was terribly confusing. So essentially what it's doing, your brush is doing this, right? But in a smooth single line, so it looks like this. And the gap means how far away do you want these images to be between each other. Obviously, the farther away they are, the more you're gonna see what the brush is composed of. The closer they are, the smoother it is. So there you go. Now it's looking like the one in Photoshop without the texture. Now that we have that, if I come here and I do dual brush, just the whole brush just completely changes. See? Becomes grainy and stuff. So let me just register this so I don't lose it. How am I gonna do this, guys? Because in the brush, I mean, yeah, this is gonna be complete experimenting right here live. Because Aaron, does this look like the dual brush that you're using? Mr. Aaron Blaise, Mr. 99 number dual freaking stinking brush that I have no idea. So it's got a whole bunch of dots. It could be this one. Yeah, this is gonna be so horrible. See, this, I know this is not gonna work because unlike here, in the dual brush setting, you see the mode. It got multiplied, darkened, and you had color burn. The mode is what determines what's going to happen as you overlap each image. When you choose two tip shapes in Clip Studio Paint, there's no mode for you to choose on how you want each one to overlap the other one. So you're kind of, you can't do it that way. So the dual brush, maybe it's not even possible. What you can do is apply a texture, which is not the same per se, but once again, you gotta get what you can. So this is not gonna work for sure. Never, ever, 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 because you can't choose the way it interacts. See that, like if you did darken, it wouldn't look the same. See that? Or if you did hard mix, look how it's completely different. And the appropriate one here was color burn, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Stroke. The only border of watercolor. Erase. Yeah, no, this is how it erase. Correction. I'm trying to read through it to see if there's any kind of miracle property that I haven't seen, but I've gone through these so many times. It's the ink here, the blending mode. You might think it has something to do with how this works with this blending mode. No, this talks about you know how you can choose your brush, and when you paint with it, you can just pretty much choose how you want the ink to fall on the existing canvas. That has nothing to do with the brush tip itself. So the only way to achieve this is going to be through texture. And to be honest, I've never created a custom texture to apply to a brush. I have no idea how to do that, and I'm not gonna bore you with that now. It's something I'm gonna have to search for myself. In the meantime, I can choose a brush for texture. What the? Why did I do this? What? That doesn't look too good. So it's allowed me to choose a brush as a texture, and you can actually see. Let me make this brush bigger. Can you see the brush tip getting re-rendered on top of it over and over, like in tiny dots? That looks terrible. Let's make density of the texture 100. Yeah. Reverse density, emphasize density. No, reverse. No, looks terrible. Scale ratio. No, you're gonna make that texture so much bigger because, yeah, it looks horrible. That looks pretty crappy. So method to apply texture. Multiply, subtract, compare, outline. What the heck's color burn? Outline. So, yeah, because talking out loud kind of helps me. Because this is like completely new territory right now. Why won't it let me delete? What? When did I create that? Okay. So what it's doing now, it's just the outline method means that I'm just gonna draw the texture. Oh, this might work. So it's telling me that I'm only going to draw the texture where the brush shape appears. But I don't want the texture, I want both things. Kind of crappy if you think about it. So it's not that way. So applying by each, I don't know what that is, let me read. If turning on, texture is applied to brush pattern of drawing tool. In the case, texture is displayed with overlap as brush patterns are overlapped. What? Texture is displayed with overlapped as brush patterns are overlapped in the center of stroke. If turning off, texture is applied to one whole stroke. I don't know what that means. I guess it's the way the texture is applied. Normal, no. Multiply. Well, multiply is apparently the same thing as outline. Would you look at that? Subtract this too. Compare? Ah! They do the same thing! What are you doing to me? Oh, you suck. Oh, it's because of the density. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's leave it 25. Multiply. I would have thought it would be subtract, you know? But it doesn't look like it's getting subtracted from the main brush. Compare? Yeah, absolutely useless in my opinion. Either that or the texture I'm trying to pass off as a texture. You know the little dots that I showed you? Ooh, it's chilly. Yeah, this is not gonna work. So what's probably happening is that I'm using a absolutely terrible texture. So let me think for a second. And let me go get my coat because it's kind of chilly in here. So, getting my coat, guys. Sorry. I'm chilled. There we go. Let's see if I don't make everything fall down as I said. Yeah, this is one hard stream. If I don't end up figuring it out, somehow, I'll do it outside of the stream and see what I can get back for you. But yeah, I'm giving up with this texture. This texture's not the one. Maybe this one. See, the reason why I don't like using the texture of the yellow is, you see this? It's like I hate it because it's kind of, you see that? It's following the plot. I hate that. I want it to be random. I don't want it to be drawing like one giant image. This seems to be a bit more random, but not really. That's not what I'm looking for anyway. Image material. I'm just going through the texture. These textures, I did not make them, as you can see by their names. I wish. They do come by default with Clip Studio, and you can also just log into their I don't know what it's called. I think it's called. Well, I'll show it to you in a second. Let me try. Oh, this looks kind of, sort of. Oh, serendipitous. So I'm doing multiply. Oh, I just wish I had more dots. Could it be the scale ratio? Oh, that looks pretty sweet. Although not as subtract, maybe. Compare. Heck yeah. This is more like it. It's not exactly the same because it's using a different texture, but you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna be picky about it. What happens if I reverse the density? So reverse density, you can specify strength for applying texture. Clarify the difference of density of paper texture image. Also make center of drawing point darker by setting higher when applying to each plot. Yeah, so yeah, I don't like this one. Or maybe I do. It's like it was doing it backwards. No, I don't like it. I like that better. I'll make sure the texture density is visible. Emphasize density? Ooh. So maybe then 75 would be better. Or is it just not taking into account? But see, this is what I don't like. As I continue to draw, do you guys start to see the pattern it's forming? It doesn't matter what I draw. It's like I'm unveiling this pattern underneath. Do you guys see it? Do you see this pattern right here? 1, 2, 3. Like there's this, like that. The dual brush. Whenever a brush uses dual brush in Photoshop and I have to just leave that, I want to cry and give up before I even start because this is really hard. But I guess we're getting there somehow. Yeah, I'm not going to do the emphasize because it looks terrible. Like that, a 90. And I'm going to check if they might have a different texture that could be more helpful. Yeah. Let's try that one. Ooh, I don't know how we got here. Sorry guys, I keep yawning. It's almost my bedtime. Can't wait to go to bed. This is killing me. I don't know which one to use. Oh, it looks like sandpaper in a way. I guess it'll be a good idea to experiment about looking up how to do my own textures. Yeah, I will investigate a bit more on how to try to simulate dual brush. And I'll get back to you with my findings. But I think this is as close as it's going to come about in terms of that brush. Yeah, kind of sucks. It's an amazing brush, but so I want to register all the settings. But I do that because if you don't do that and for a reason you reset it, which you can also do here, which you will end up doing because you'll be changing size and stuff. If you all those changes I've made, if I did not register to initial settings, when I do do that reset, I will lose absolutely everything. It'll go back to the last time it was safe like that. And that was probably when I created it, cloned it from the other brush. So yeah, this kind of sucks. If I draw a little bit with it. How about here? Well, it's not the same, but gosh darn close. So yeah, I'm just make sure I've saved it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm good as it's as good as it's gonna get. So I would like to excuse me. Where is brushes? I'm an idiot. No. I just like zoned out. What I wanted to do was go here. No. There we go. So these are the same, aren't they? So bye-bye. And bye-bye. I think this might be a texture. Not really sure. Or not. That might be this brush. Yeah, it's this one. Oh, that's another thing I do miss from Photoshop, and that is that your brush essentially becomes the shape of the tip of the brush. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was terrible. So you're able to see it here. That never happens. You're always the circle, period. And if you have like weird shaped brushes like this one, it'd be nice to have like a little preview, so you kind of know, where it's sort of gonna draw. So I'm looking to emulate that. That'd be great for rocks, or like tiny rocks in the beach, like tiny ones like that. So next step would be brushes. Texture. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this one. But before I do that, I need to open the actual file. Once that I've opened it, I convert it. Remember, the 5th of November. I'm kidding. Remember that you have to make sure that the brush tip you're about to just register to as a brush tip. Oh yeah, the image you're just about to register as a brush tip. If it's not gray toned, it will work. But if you want to paint in black and white, if you want to paint in color, you're done for. Because your brush will not be able to paint in color. It'll paint in grayscale. So, but if you do this, it will paint in color. So, edit. Register material, image, grimy, Aaron. Tip shape. Brush tip. And then it will open here. I just felt like asleep for like 5 seconds. Sorry, guys. Brush tip, Aaron Blaise. Good stuff. Okay, then. You've done your job. Bye-bye. And now this one. Reset it. Duplicate it. Let's call it grimy. No, no vegetation. Yeah, I'm just falling asleep over here. Let's see if I can just get this started in a proper, like put it on the right path. Hopefully it'll be easier. I know it'll, wait, let me check it out here and I'll tell you if it's gonna be easier or not. No, there we go. Dual brush again. I am so hating this. Brush it, but it's pretty cool the way it draws it. So, because of the transfer. Can't believe I'm wasting my time choosing an icon. Just pick one. Where's the brushes? If you guys see the brushes, give me a shout out. There it is. Not decoration. Just. There we go. I know we can edit it. Brush tip. Change the brush tip. A grimy. I gotta fix that before it bothers me. So ink should be the same, brush should be the same. It's the brush, the tip, direction. No, I need to be laying down like that. Yeah. No spraying effect. Nope. Correction doesn't need any. Starting and ending doesn't need any. So Why is it? That looks terrible. No. Multiply maybe? No. No, mine looks like sandpaper. No, these all look like sandpaper, so that it'll work. This dual brush. The size of the dual brush. Scatter. I don't know what it's really doing. So he picked number 21 as a dual brush. It's just drawing dots. Absolutely horrific. And if I draw without that, brush tip is the same. That sucks. Yeah, I'm really trying to think how to do that, but nothing comes to mind. Oh, well, wait. In texture. Just pick any. I thought that maybe reversing the density would help. And then check a scale range. Yeah, nothing comes to mind. I'm really trying to think on it. I just wish I could do what it does here and put a brush on top of it. No idea. What a fail or failure of a string, because I just can't seem to. I mean, I faced some tough brushes before, but what is this? No, I don't even know which one it is. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, I might live this one. Not the best one, but the most appropriate or closest one compared to everything else. That looks nothing like the brush in freaking Photoshop. I might leave this one like this here for the time being. Well, failure of stream, guys. Sorry. I definitely need to look into. That's what I'm gonna be doing this week. Then I'll be researching how to imitate that dual brush functionality Photoshop has in its engine. I'm sure Clip Studio must have something like that. I'm just not finding it. So I will be investigating that, and hopefully I'll have an answer for you by next Thursday. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that the first brush kind of sort of, went all right for you. This second one was miserable, so bad. I will look into the dual brush thing, and hopefully I can finish all the brushes in this set. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the week. It's just Friday left, and then an awesome weekend. So keep drawing during your weekend, and just keep drawing. Draw. Thank you for